Hey guys, do you want to see a movie that features surrealism, violence, and based on toys?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. If you do, Masters of the Universe is for you. Just gonna leave that one in.
Surrealism is my favorite night.
Oh my God. Yes. Yes. It's fantastic.
Masters of the Universe is what we watch for this week's episode of Loose Cannon. My name is Brian Lee, drinking out of a Waffle House mug. To my left is
Brand.
To my right
is really.
Was it Bankster Berry?
Bankster Berry.
We're not sponsored by. I wish we were. Oh God, if we were sponsored.
Come on, Bang. Get with it. Give us the monies so we can do this more times.
My brain's like, we're done, man. Exactly. It's like a bunch of guys on the bottom of the Titanic. It's just like, he's going down.
For people who have not seen Masters of the Universe, the heroic warrior He-Man battles against the evil Lord Skeletor and his armies of darkness for control of Castle Grayskull.
I had He-Man toys.
I think we had one or two. It was like that animal guy.
Yeah, I think I had like an animal guy. I had Man in Arms, He-Man, and I had that little wizard guy. I just had like a bunch of figures.
Right.
Like we could never afford Light the Castle. We can, we never had the big things, but I had the figures like that.
Yeah, we didn't have all of them, and then you make them intertwine. Like they're fighting the Ghostbusters.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Because I only had like one Ghostbusters toy, so he was like,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we had fucking all of them.
Yeah. Well, because that's the thing. It's like so, okay, you could only get like certain ones. I liked He-Man, but I guess like more than Ghostbusters at the time. I don't know, dude. Because they had a bunch of Transformers too. Love Transformers.
Brandon,
yeah.
Do you recommend He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, right? Or is it just He-Man, Masters of the Universe?
It's actually just Masters of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe.
It doesn't have He-Man, which I was very confused by.
Right. Yeah. I'm on the fence right now. I was a yes, then I was a no, then a yes, and then at the end, with the end behind after credits, I was a no. So I think we need to talk about it. So really, yeah.
Let's taco about it.
Cook the tacos in the movie, right?
He was my favorite henchman. Taco, get him.
He's eating himself. No, Taco, no.
Stop eating yourself.
Yeah. Fantastic.
What was that?
That's the mariachi there.
Oh, yeah.
Brian, do you recommend Masters of the Universe?
I think I am.
Yeah, I do recommend it. And a big part of it is I went in with very low expectations.
Same here.
Oh, yeah.
Same here.
But because I've seen bits and pieces of this, but my memory was like Skeletor going to take over the Earth. Like, I don't remember it like this.
So, full disclosure, I'm not even doing this for show right now. I 100% was trying to find you Gwildor merchandise.
Dude, I would wear a Gwildor shirt. I'd like if they make a hat with like Gwildor's hat, I'd wear it. I
tried.
Is there any
I didn't
merch?
try so hard, but I tried.
The sentiment is felt.
As soon as I saw them, I'm like, oh my God. Like, because they're there's something with me and like little furry creatures.
Yeah.
Like the little guy from To Catch a Yeti.
Such a feeling's coming over me.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes, little furry creatures.
Yes.
So, dude, I couldn't find any.
bad.
And then I found a figurine, like a toy figure. Guess how much a Gwildor?
Oh, it was like $50-$60, something like Etsy like price.
It's probably like 100 or something.
$85.
Really? Oh man.
In package or no?
I can't remember. No, I think it was on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazon's pricing is weird lately, but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow.
And like, I don't know, I had this weird love-hate relationship with Gwildor because like he kept things interesting for me.
Yes.
But like in the beginning, we were like, help! my inventions.
Right.
I'm like, fuck, here's that
and
fucking
that's
thing
what
again.
I was like. I was like, inventions.
Yeah.
I was like, I like him. But then he pulled up when he got the car.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Anytime he was driving the pink Cadillac,
Yes.
I wanted Aretha Franklin to play.
We all riding on the freeway, oh Lord, we
The song Freeway
yes,
Love.
Yes. Yeah.
Not respect. What you want? I would hate that so much. But yeah, the beginning and the intro music, I thought it was John Williams. The way that sounded, maybe because it sounded like a Superman ripoff.
I was gonna say it sounds very Superman-ish.
Yes, but it's Bill Conti who did the Rocky movies. So that kind of threw me off. But yeah, it's just it's like a John Williams ripoff, which is weird because Bill Conti is like no schlub.
Yeah.
In his own regard.
This was, I think this was the largest budget film Canon had produced.
Yeah,
So I would be surprised if they actually splurge on a soundtrack for once.
Yeah.
And like as the movie's kind of going along, I'm like, I'd never seen it before.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm like, dude, like, why does this movie get so much hate? Like, I don't get it.
I was thinking the same thing.
But then once you see Dolph Lundgren, it's just like, look, I like Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't have put him in that role.
See, I actually thought he was going to be worse. Like, I thought his accent was going to be way worse.
Right.
Like, Lou Ferrigno worse.
Yeah.
But then he was talking, I was like, oh, like, he's understandable. Like,
Yeah, he wasn't, like you said, no expectations. And like, I was just going by like the bits and pieces I was seeing. He wasn't bad. He they could have picked a lot worse. They could have picked better, definitely. But they could have been a lot worse, man.
they didn't pick the dude from Exterminator.
Is anybody going to talk about the artwork here? Did anybody notice this by any chance here? Huh? Did we see this, huh? This color, this detail, huh? I got a picture of the art. You got a picture of the art, yes.
Yeah, but you just, for whatever reason, Dolph Lundgren just kind of,
He never seemed,
he looked the part.
To me, he was never it guy like Stallone. Like he was never going to be the main good guy of a thing. So seeing him as a main good guy, is kind of like, it's strange. He looks like the action figure. Like and that's probably why they gave it to
Great
him.
hair.
Yes. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Very Swedish.
Yeah.
Very 80s.
Yes. Now, how did they get the rights? Like, you don't think of Canon Group getting the rights to, like, He-Man was huge at the time.
Right.
You know, Mattel, like I just don't.
I think so. I totally thought that this was based off the cartoon, and it's not. It's based off the toys.
Yeah.
Which I totally didn't realize the toys came out first and then the cartoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So Mattel was originally, this is in the trivia, Mattel was originally supposed to make the Star Wars figures. But I guess George Lucas just wanted way too much money.
That's right.
Wow.
So Mattel was like, all right, we're out, but we're going to make our own thing to hopefully like compete with Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I forgot the guy who designed He-Man.
Yeah.
He basically like, his mindset was basically like, I'm going to make a character that's so vague and generic. Like kids can just play with it in any scenario.
Yeah. He was the He-Man.
So I mean, that's why he named it that.
It's literally like just two words like pertaining to like a certain like gender.
Yeah. I mean, it's essentially like Action Man.
Right. Yeah. That's funny.
Back to Gwildor talk. How come he occasionally looks strokey?
Yeah, like the one eye.
Yeah. I don't know. It just like, it was weird. Like, that's his aesthetic. He just has a wonky eye. Awesome. Yeah.
And then he's like Batman for like a small period of time. Like when he first uses like the grappling hook. He doesn't like, propel. Like, how much do you weigh?
Well, I'm thinking the voice, the deep, like, grainy voice. I was like,
the drums?
Yeah.
They must have friends.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like his invention, like the grappling hook when it came out of the portal to grab.
Right,
yeah. I'm like, he's an inventor. If the dude can like make portals through dimensions, I'm sure he can make a
grappling hook.
a decent grappling hook.
I feel like just the grappling hook was just too much. Like it makes the plot lazy. Now, when he used it to get the chicken, I'm okay with that, or the ribs or whatever.
Right. Yes, that was pretty great.
But when they do it through the portal,
it was a little cheesy. But again, it's like, okay, they probably were like, we need a plot device, and we don't have a ton of money. What do we do? So, but Courteney Cox, is this like one of her first
feature film?
And I actually didn't mind her.
No, she was not bad. And this at all. The boyfriend got a little annoying at points. He got better at the end. When he was kind of like, he's like, no, this is really happening to that one bald cop. Like, hey, I'm a cop. Oh,
the guy from Top Gun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
God damn it, Maverick.
I like that guy.
He's all right.
Speaking of that guy, I have some questions.
Well, he always plays the same kind of, role. Yeah.
Because basically, I'm very curious about how he views the world. Kevin, Courteney Cox's boyfriend, he has the key or portal, whatever the hell they call it.
A Japanese synthesizer.
Yeah. Yes. So Lubick, the cop, and Kevin are at Kevin's place, and Kevin like presses the button so the little like hologram comes up.
Right.
And Lubick, the cop, goes,
What are you, a magician?
"What magicians has he seen?" Where it's like, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
And then like literally 5 minutes later, he I think he's talking to the pawn shop guy.
Right.
And
Charlie, right? Was that his name?
yes, I think you're right.
Yeah.
And he goes,
You don't think this could be Russian?
again, what Russian technology has he seen that's like, oh yeah, it looks like that.
Yeah, I got that down. Yeah, the whole Russian
So
thing.
essentially, if it's something he doesn't understand,
What is this, a circus act?
at the end when he decides he's gonna stay in that other
His
world,
reasoning was amazing. Oh my.
And look what I got here. I got a castle. I got a view. I got clean air. I got a beautiful woman. Huh? Some kind of retirement, huh?
I did not expect that, but was okay with it.
Yo, me too. I'm like, you know what? You know what? Good. Have your retirement,
But
man.
it's just like, why are they giving him all these things?
Exactly.
I mean, is it because he just mowed down a couple bad guys with a shotgun?
It just seemed like they're just like, you were with him, and he's like, oh yeah, I was with this guy the whole time. And like they were like two like in their own selves. So like they're like, no, this cop's not a good guy.
Right.
And it kind of just happened, and it was too late to like say, no, don't give him these things.
But they're like, you coming with it? He's like, what? I got my castle. I got my wing. I got my robe. And I'm like, why do you have all these things?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, nobody takes spot shots at me.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. Everyone's got lasers. He's got the shotgun that seems to have unlimited ammo too.
Yes.
Yeah, it was great. Evil Lynn. What do you guys think of Evil Lynn?
Evil
She was the one with the cool eyes.
Yeah, Skeletor's sorceress.
Lots of blank staring.
Yes, she really didn't have much emotion except if somebody was getting like whipped or killed or whatever. And then she's like, "Ooh, this is not bad."
I don't know if I wrote it down, but I guess apparently her outfit weighed like 50 pounds.
Oh man.
Because I guess it's just like full. I don't know if it was, I assume it just was made out of metal or something, but yeah.
That's crazy.
And that seems to be a common theme throughout most of the trivia is that like all the outfits were like super heavy.
Even Gwildor's when he was cross-dressing.
With the native clothing. Oh god, because it's like such a serious moment. And all of a sudden, he comes in with like the hat, and the glasses, the boa, and everything, and just like Gwildor. Like it's one of those moments. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those moments. It's like, okay, well, that tension broke. Let's move on to the next scene, I guess.
Though, what did you think about when he had all the sauce in his beard, though?
When they were eating all the ribs at that point,
Yeah,
it was
ribs
like
or chicken.
Yeah, it was the rib. It was ribs. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Because he's like, what is that white bone?
Right.
Oh, no, that white thing. And then Man at Arms is like, oh, it's the bone.
yeah, you know what? It didn't bug me as much as I thought it would. Maybe because he's not a kid.
Okay.
He's a very old man.
I don't think they really said his
They
age.
said like what he is, but it was like
Yeah.
they never mentioned it again. He's just like this race or whatever. Like
So when it comes to measuring measurements, such as like, that's gonna be the title of the episode. When you're measuring like distance, you know, you have in the U.S. we use inches, and then the metric is European, but everybody uses minutes and seconds. Right?
Correct. Yeah. Yes.
Unless you're from the future and then you use these weird.
Right.
And I can't even remember them because it seemed like they were always changing.
oh, it's only one blip bloop to get to this. And he's like,
Right.
oh, I thought it was a squeedor. He's like, no, it's a blip bloop.
Right. So I don't understand why. And He-Man isn't the only movie guilty of this. Oh,
no.
Fucking, what's America 3000?
Spaceballs.
What did they use?
Didn't Spaceballs have something like that during the radar scene?
I don't think so.
No,
I
I
saw
thought
a jam.
I could have sworn they had something. I haven't seen it in forever.
Well, Star Wars, parsecs?
Yeah.
Parsecs, yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? It's like they use it as a measurement of distance, but it's actually a measure of time or something, or flip flop. I don't know. I just know in Star Wars they use parsec wrong.
Yeah. When there is that big kind of, big gunfight in the music shop.
Yes.
Something that I really, really sympathized with is the guy with the mustache who's on He-Man's team. Actually, which I think
Man at Arms.
Man at Arms.
Oh, is that his name?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's through an action figure. His name is Man at Arms.
Actually, you know who should have played him? Fucking
Charles Bronson.
no.
I was just gonna say.
Lee.
The dude from
Roadhouse.
I
his
know
name?
exactly. Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
That would have been
awesome.
great. See, but the action figure, he was really bulky. Man at Arms, he was like super like barrel chested.
Oh,
That guy wasn't.
yeah.
More than Sam Elliott.
I'd say about the same.
I'm thinking I'm just all I have in my head is a Sam Elliott from now I can't think of what the movie's called. Fantastic. Let's move on.
But so when Man at Arms throws that pipe, that
Yeah, that lands right in the thing.
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was a nice
and
shot.
he throws it into the big brain barrel of drum hardware. If you've ever helped anyone move drum hardware and you're always gouging yourself on random shit,
like
that's like the perfect thing.
Yes, exactly. It was just like, oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, the best pipe bomb ever.
Yeah, that was good. I really like that.
Bomber. Richard Jewell, what? Two different guys. I just saw Richard Jewell all over again.
So what did you guys think of the part when it was, I think it was maybe during that scene with when they're fighting in the pawn shop music area, and then his daughter comes out, because that's Man at Arms, that woman he's with, that's his daughter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then like there's the part where she like does something, like she like shoots like 3 guys, and then there's a close up of her face. She's like, woman in arms.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
That's really funny about that part. She's like, yeah, you need a woman's touch. And then it shows her holding a gun in the worst way.
yeah. Shoots 3 dudes. Woman in arms. Like, fantastic.
I don't know if either of you guys noticed. So I think they're on a roof or something like that. And they managed to finally wrangle up, He-Man.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's the 3, soldiers that get him. And then I don't know if either of you saw the 4th soldier eat shit.
No.
Dude, I don't know if he tripped over a fire, but yeah, it's like an hour and 14 in. Dude, he just eats shit and falls like right into He-Man.
That's so great.
It was fucking awesome. And like, why do they? It's so obvious that it happened.
Yeah.
Why would they leave it in?
I don't know, but I love that they do.
Right.
See, because at that point, all I noticed was He-Man just fucking people up.
Right.
'Cause at one point, like, it looks like, first of all, those are supposed to be robots.
Oh.
Skeletor is
really?
Yeah.
Because I guess the whole thing, like throughout the entire He-Man history, I guess the whole thing is that he doesn't kill people. So to get around that, they're like, Skeletor, it's a robot army.
Happy birthday, Polly.
Yeah.
So the only thing I noticed was that just He-Man just like totally fucks like 4 people up like with no problem.
Right.
So
Okay.
I feel like that sword would be more cumbersome. I feel like that sword would be a good cummerbund.
So which mercenary did you guys like? Did you like the snake one, the gray big head one, the beast one, or the blade one?
Blade, Sarad, Beastman, Karg.
So I remember Beastman as an action figure.
Yes.
I remember the Cobra snake guy, whichever one that was. I think I remember him, but I remember his head used to shoot up like 3 feet. He puts a button on his back and it'd be like, run, and spit water.
Because, Skeletor was like, these are the people I'm sending as an advance force. And he's like, this is Blade. And I was so hoping they'd be like,
Blade. Laser. Blazer.
Yeah.
I'd say, because I don't know, the guy with the swords, who I think was Scottish or something like that. Oh, yeah.
bald guy?
The guy with the swords. Blade. I liked him, but then I don't know, something about the animal guy.
Yeah.
The animal guy, he was, I don't know.
He was the first one to die, I think.
No, the snake dude, because they failed. They went back, and it was that gray big head dude, and he was just like, they had 1 million people. We just couldn't do anything. And Skeletor, like, no, we're gonna kill this guy.
So the midget with the white hair and the hook. I'm like, why does that creature look so familiar?
Yeah.
So there's a newer metal band called Morbid Saint that sounds kind of old school. I'm like, why does that creature look familiar? This is their cover.
Oh, is it
him? I don't think I don't think they did that on purpose.
Yeah, it kind of does look. Yeah.
But yeah, Morbid Saint.
I mean, I suppose like Iron Maiden, Eddie kind of has that hair as well.
Yeah.
Again, not the face, but the hair. So
yeah. They weren't very good mercenaries either.
No, they were terrible.
Especially the guy, the white hair gray dude. It's like you have a hook hand.
Right.
You can barely run. Yours a big like thing. It's like I don't.
Yeah, it was kind of like a midget
right.
too.
Yeah.
Small person. Whatever.
Yeah. Show people.
He got no reason to live.
Short people got no reason to live.
So, like I said, I went into this with very low expectations. And that's like, this movie was better than I thought it would be. Like, like I said, Dolph Lundgren was better than I thought. And like the special effects were better than I thought. Soundtrack was better than I thought. The only thing where I was like, ooh, that seems like canon is the, what do they call it? The air centurions or whatever, like those little floating, hovering.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, ooh, that's a canon thing.
The air centurions are great. Because I just, the way they would fly and they're like so superimposed. I'm just like,
it looks
I
so
love that so much just because of how cheesy it looked.
For whatever reason, though, when they were riding, it was like, nah. But then when He-Man stole one, it looked even worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like, maybe it's because like he just wasn't like moving at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looked pretty terrible.
It looked so bad and I loved it so much.
To me, that was like the main like special effect thing where I was like, oh, that doesn't look good.
Yeah, it did not look good at all.
And speaking of flight, so when they, I'm scared, but when so I get, Courteney Cox's parents died in a plane crash.
Oh yeah.
But you don't find out till the end that the dad was the pilot.
Yeah, I thought they were just on a plane, like,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, so the dad was a terrible pilot or something. Well, let's chalk it up to that.
Yeah.
But then also, like, when the boyfriend's comforting her, he's like, no, these things happen all the time. No, they don't.
Right, yeah.
Maybe in the 80s. Well, and what I was confused about is, because they say early on that like the parents died in a plane crash. But then one of the villains like disguises themselves as Courteney Cox's mom.
Right.
Yeah, Evelyn, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're correct. So, but it's like, so does that mean they had a funeral without the bodies? Because like, why would she believe that? Like, oh no, my mom's fine and she's right here.
Man,
like, that just seems so like,
right.
Why would she fall for that?
Right. I don't know.
I draw it up to the field of dreams principle to where it's just like, the dad's dead, but like you see him and there's something magical going on.
It's probably something, like that. Well, the thing is, she's supposed to still be in high school or like graduating or whatever.
Right.
So like she's still like 18 years old, young, just lost both her parents. Like seems like not too long ago. So all of a sudden you're probably still grieving and then you see your mom. You're like,
right.
Holy shit, my mom's right there.
Yeah.
I can see that. Gold Skeletor was fantastic. I loved Gold Skeletor.
Yes.
When he became a god, he just got a new hat.
Yes. Yeah, it was great.
Look how magnificent I look.
His speeches and stuff.
Oh.
I wish he had that. Skeletor. I wish he had more of that because it never really like sold me on his evilness. Like I understood he was, but the way he just like spoke, there was no like, I really am this evil. It didn't have that.
And that speech at the end was so long-winded to me.
Yes, yeah. The after credits.
So, well, really quick.
Yeah.
So I really did kind of love the ending because, when He-Man gets his sword back, goes, I have the power.
Yes.
Look badass.
That was awesome.
He fucking said the line.
Yeah.
But then at the end, when they're looking in like the blue Orby thing, and then all of a sudden you see He-Man again, it's like, yes. And like they do it again.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Well, because I'm thinking like, okay, so every time they look at it, does He-Man have to like do that?
That's hilarious.
It's like, oh, we're doing it. He-Man's like, oh shit, dude, it's like 3 a.m. Like
he's just on the toilet.
Right, exactly. It's like, come on. Yeah, and then the credits, and then the
which I had finished the movie. Mm-hmm. I was working on Runaway Train. So next week's episode. And you sent the text like, hey, there's an end credits here. I'm like, son of a bitch. Yeah. And then I'll be back. There's that 80s trope again. Like, I'll be back. I don't know why I keep giving him that voice.
It's Skeletor. It's fine.
Right. But so they must have intended to make a sequel.
Yes. So there was supposed to be a sequel, but because it flopped at the box office, they're like, nope.
Man.
I'm not back.
Right, yeah.
A script for the sequel was to be titled Masters of the Universe 2, Cyborg. It's supposed to feature more of the characters, including Trapjaw and She-Ra.
Ooh.
Albert Pune was set to direct. But again, because this film bombed, Cannon decided to cancel that. And Pune went on to use that script as the basis for Cyborg, which we reviewed earlier.
Huh.
Well, look at that.
Well, won't you look at it? Won't you look at that? Just look at it.
Original budget was 17 million, actually increased to 22 million.
Jeez.
We need more swords.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was Cannon Films' most expensive film. Oh, last little trivia. So when Skeletor comes back, like he's at Earth and then he comes back to Castle Grayskull, there's like a small character who's like, no, very short.
Right.
But he's just like holding the staff and like Grayskull just like grabs it from him and like sits on his throne. So apparently Mattel, the toy company, they had a contest where it's like, oh, like if you win this contest, you can be in the He-Man movie. So that dude who was holding the staff was the person who won. So which was like, oh, that's kind of funny and amusing.
Wow.
But,
I don't know how it can get better, but
but 2012 PowerCon,
Okay.
which I would hope that's for Power Metal, but apparently it's not. So obviously like he's wearing like a skull mask or whatever. So I guess they glued that like straight to his skin. So when he took it off, it like basically like ripped his skin off. So yeah. So
what the fuck?
You're just saying for days after his cameo, his face was burning and he was in agony. So
he was in a movie.
Yeah. I mean, his name was in the credits. So
oh man,
he's halfway there.
Jeez.
Bran, do you recommend?
Yeah. I did enjoy it like more than the little bits that were like,
right.
Yeah.
I also, I still recommend. I recommend it.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah,
I recommend it. Like I said, I went in with low expectations. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
I thought it would be worse.
Christopher, Bran, good journey.
Good journey.
Oh, you gotta do it right. No, don't. You gotta do the thing. You're a piece of shit. Boom, 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 boom.
Hey, Brian here. Thanks for checking out Nick Uncaged and Loose Cannon. Best way you can help other people find out about us is like, comment, share, and subscribe to the podcast.